So it looks as though Daniel Ricciardo may have an offer on the table from a Formula One team. That Formula One team being Red Bull, but not to drive for them. Let's have a look at this full article on the F1Chronicle.com. As always, you guys, you know how it is on here. So, Red Bull's Formula One empire is offering Daniel Ricciardo a new job. Dr. Helmut Marko has confirmed. Singapore was the 35-year-old Australian's last ever Formula One race, replaced by New Zealand driver Liam Lawson at the energy drink company's second team RB. Ricciardo admitted in Singapore that he is not interested in an IndyCar seat as it scares him. But he was an effective PR and marketing representative for Red Bull last year when he was trying to break back onto the grid. Of course, he was the reserve driver for Red Bull at that time, and he has said since that he will not go back to being a reserve driver for any team. He's not interested in that. So what is this new role? Marko, who is Red Bull's top F1 consultant, says that that sort of role will be available to the personable and popular Australian once again. So just purely a marketing person. Interesting. We've had some conversations and we're clearly interested, said the 81-year-old Australian to Formel1.de. He's one of the most popular drivers, especially in the United States and Australia and the UK. A lot of places, really. He wants to take some time to decide about his future, Marko added. I don't think he'll go into another category. On the other hand, if he is not racing anymore, does he still want to do his PR things? He has a lot of money, so it's up to him how he wants to shape his future. Yeah, it's interesting for sure because, you know, I didn't know that about the IndyCar thing. I would have liked to see him in IndyCar. I'd love to see him in NASCAR as well. He's not said no to NASCAR yet, but, you know, just take his time, spend the rest of the year just chilling or whatever. Just go back to Perth in Australia, go back to the farm, just chill out, relax, reset, go for like a new kind of beginning as someone who is retired, you know? Well, he's retired from Formula One anyway. Whether he'll go back to driving or PR is another thing. I don't know if he'll do the PR stuff. Maybe he genuinely enjoys it. I think he does to an extent, but whether he would stick around in Red Bull after they didn't handle the situation the best. I don't want to say that Red Bull have done him dirty because they gave him his chance in Formula One back in the day and provided him with a car that got 7 of his 8 wins in Formula One. I don't want to say that Red Bull haven't done anything for him because they clearly have, but whether he'll feel like he owes them but wants to be associated with them still after all this, who knows? It won't be as stressful being a marketing person or, you know, a kind of face of Red Bull rather than, you know, being a Formula One driver, which is an absolute pressure cooker of an environment. But let's have a look what's also in this article. So it's an interesting and fascinating period for Red Bull's championship charging main team Red Bull Racing, with speculation still swirling around Sergio Perez's cockpit. Marko said that he even worried that the swearing scandal might really compel Max Verstappen to consider an early and shock retirement. If it all gets ruined for him even more, then he is the type to say, okay, that's it. He really means it, he said. We spoke at length on Tuesday. He still has to do some media activities, but otherwise he can now rest. He has to be ready for the long and exciting title fight. He's referring to Max Verstappen here. If Max Verstappen really does quit, Red Bull is already eyeing George Russell. Yeah, I've done a video on that, whose long-term Mercedes contract only guarantees him a race seat at the works team until the end of 25. Russell is equal to or even faster than Lewis Hamilton in qualifying, said Marko, but I'm focusing on our juniors first. However, Marko also said his eyes on Franco Colapinto, who, although under contract to Williams, was recently offered on loan to Audi Sauber for 2025. Yes, although he's part of the Williams race team, said the Austrian, but that can change. He does not have the seat for next year. Of course, he doesn't have a seat at all, but does Colapinto at the moment in Formula One and probably won't get one. I feel like it's between Bortoleto and Bottas for that Sauber seat, but we'll see. I see that he has potential in the future after what he showed in Baku and Singapore, but now he wants to see what our juniors can do, and Yuki can still be considered a junior. Right, so yeah, interesting stuff. Do I think Ricciardo's going to do this marketing thing? No, probably not. I think he just wants a clean break and to start again. I don't want to see him kind of hanging around and being one foot through the door sort of thing. I mean, it's up to him. If he wants to do it, he can, but I don't see it personally. I don't think that's going to happen. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Ricciardo's going to stick around at Red Bull as some sort of PR marketing face of the company? Let us know in the comments below. Do you think he should do that as well? And of course, comment, like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell as well to see much more F1 content right here on the F1Chronicle.com.